Good morning. We're just going to give folks a moment to come in from the waiting room and connect to audio. As a reminder, when you are entering from the waiting room, please remain on mute unless or until you are presenting before the board. Good morning. This is a hearing before the licensing board for the city of Boston. Today is Wednesday, October 25th, 2023. Today's hearing is being held pursuant to temporary amendments to the open meeting law. That is what allows us to meet virtually. Today's hearing is being recorded and will be posted to the city of Boston's website. Before I review procedural matters, I will introduce Chair of the Board, Kathleen Joyce.
Thank you, Danny. Good morning. My name is Kathleen Joyce. I'm Chair of the Boston Licensing Board, and today we're joined by Commissioner Liam Curran and Commissioner Kiana Saxon.
Thank you. As a reminder, please do remain on mute unless or until you are presenting to the board. Please ensure that your audio and visuals are working properly. I will call each item in the order that it appears on this morning's agenda. I will then ask who is present on behalf of the applicant. You'll make a brief presentation regarding your proposal, followed by questions by the chair and commissioners. Following questions, there will be an opportunity for testimony, beginning with elected officials or their representatives. Please limit your testimony to 2 minutes, and please state your name, address, and affiliation, if any. Begin with the first item on this morning's agenda. Calling item number 1, SSP America, Inc., doing business as Sal's Pizza, located at 500 Terminal Road in East Boston. Has applied for a common victular license to be exercised on the above. This is a grab-and-go market located in the airport with no seating. Manager, Jacqueline Janeo. Hours of operation, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Who's present on behalf of the applicant? Oh, I see you, and I can see you speaking, but we cannot hear you. There's no audio. Let's see. Mr. Nao, are you also on a phone that you can unmute? Oh, there we go. I see you're connecting to audio right now. Hang on. Now you're on mute. I just asked you to unmute. It should work now.
Perfect. Sorry about that.
No worries. We can hear you loud and clear now.
My name is Jacqueline Hanau, and I'm here in representation of SSP America as the manager on record.
Great. Thank you very much. If you could just please briefly present the concept and the proposal to the board.
If I'm not mistaken, this is the CV license for Sal's Pizza.
That is correct.
It's a restaurant that we have opened in the new wing of the Terminal E expansion at Logan Airport. It is Massport's and SSP's continued effort into bringing local flavors into the airport. Sal's Pizza is located by gate 13. It's one of the very few pizza options at Logan, and it's been doing really well so far.
Thank you, Jacqueline. Thank you for joining us today and for explaining that. I have no questions at this time. Commissioner Curran or Commissioner Saxon?
None for me, thank you.
None for me either. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives? Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Seeing none, the board will take this under advisement. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item number 2, Rolls Sushi LLC, doing business as Rolls Sushi, located at 21 Dry Dock Ave, has applied for a common victular license to be exercised on the above. Kiosk kitchen number 6, located within 21 Dry Dock Ave. Takeout restaurant with 150 square feet, selling sushi with counter service only. Manager, Siwa Pong, Siwa Yara wrote. Hours of operation, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Who's present on behalf of the applicant?
Yes, I am Siwa Pong Siwa Yara wrote.
Thank you very much for being with us. If you could please just briefly present the concept to the board.
Yes, so we are trying to offering the sushi to that at the 21 Dry Dock Avenue at the designer building, and we really excited to like offer the sushi to all the around the office area. And yes, and that's gonna be the operating hours gonna be around from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Thank you. Will you be open 7 days a week or is it just Monday through Friday?
Just Monday to Friday at the moment.
Okay. Thank you very much for joining us. Commissioner Curran or Commissioner Saxon, do you have any questions?
Not for me, thank you.
No questions, thanks.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Yes, Madam Chair, members of the board, Connor Newman with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. At this time, the Mayor's Office like to defer to the judgment of this board. We're unaware of any concerns, and due to the unique location, we don't envision any concerns from the community. With that, defer to the board. Thank you.
Madam of the Chair, members of the board, Ana Calderon from Council President Flink's office. The councilor would like to go on record in support. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Board will take this under advisement. Thank you. Calling item number 3, Addiction Treatment Center of New England, Inc., located at 49 Gardner Street in Alston, has applied for a lodging house license to be exercised on the above. A 3-story building with 3 rooms on the first floor, 4 rooms on the second floor, 4 rooms on the third floor, 11 total number of rooms, and 11 total number of residents. Manager Adam Tucker, who is present on behalf of the applicant.
Good morning, Secretary Green, Madam Chair, members of the board, Attorney Nick Zazula, McDermott, Quilty, and Miller. Hope everybody is doing well this morning. With me today is Adam Tucker, who is on screen. He is the CEO of Addiction Treatment Centers of New England. He's also the proposed manager of record on the lodging house license. They are a local entity. Their corporate offices are located about a mile away from this location. So they are located at 77 Warren Street, and this lodging house license would be instituted at 49 Gardner Street. They are purchasing an existing lodging house property. Well, at least that's how it's used as a lodging house at 49 Gardner Street. They would like to take it over as a new manager and operator, which is why they have this application before you today. It's already zoned, inspected, and certified as a lodging house by ISD, but they are looking to apply for issuance of the lodging house license for their new ownership and operation at 49 Gardner Street. As far as the proposal is concerned, the lodging house will be utilized to provide safe and desirable accommodations for their clients who are on the road to recovery from addiction. It is a 3-quarter house model is how we're calling it, and what ATCNE uses it as and will be using it as. It's a 0 tolerance house. In the lodging house as existing, there will be no changes to the actual property itself. It includes 11 rooms, and there will be 11 lodgers, 1 per room across the 3 floors. This would include an on-site manager who would stay at the lodging house, so it would be 10 residents plus the on-site manager. The lodging house staff would include a senior manager, that on-site manager I mentioned, and then also a third-party oversight management company from YIF Management. So together, the staff, including Mr. Tucker, will be able to address daily administrative needs of the tenants while facilitating the maintenance of the property. And then finally, just a bit about their experience. ATCNE is a nonprofit. They're a clinically operated outpatient substance use treatment program. They've been operating since 1980, so over 40 years, and they've been serving the Boston and greater Boston community during that time. And then Mr. Tucker himself is the CEO, but he also will be the manager of record on the lodging house license. He's previously advised the executive office of the president on addiction policy during his time as an addiction specialist for the White House Office of National Drug Control Policy. So they are not only as a company, but Mr. Tucker, very experienced, very local, and excited to bring another option to residents of the city. And then finally, Madam Chair, members of the board, we did meet with the Allston Civic Association and the Brighton Allston Improvement Association, both this month in October, and heard no issues or concerns for the application. So I know there's a lot of information in background, but happy to answer any questions that you may have on the application. Thank you.
Thank you, Attorney Zazula. I don't know if this question is for you or for Mr. Tucker. Thank you for joining us today, Mr. Tucker. ATCNE, how many other lodging houses do you have in this area, in the greater Boston area?
This is the only current lodging house that we have.
Okay, so this is the only one that you manage?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and just questions as far as for the 10 residents, do they have access to group spaces? Do they have their own key to their room, key to the main door? How does that work?
Yep. So they'll have access to all the rooms. They'll have a key to their own door. There is some group spaces in the house, but it's minimal. They will have some group requirements while in the house, and then we'll also receive services at our outpatient clinic, which Nick said is roughly a mile away.
Okay. All right, I don't have any other questions. Thank you for joining us. Commissioner Curran and Commissioner Saxon.
Nothing additional to me, thank you.
No questions. Thanks.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Yes, good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board. This is Frank Mendoza, the Allston Brighton Liaison for the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. At this time, we would like to defer to the judgment of the board on this matter. However, we are aware that in this case, the applicant did present to the Allston Civic Association. The Allston Civic Association did send a letter approving the proposal to the licensing board earlier this morning that the board should have on file. With that said, we will defer to the judgment of the board at this time. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Calling items 4 through 8, HSI MCA Boss FB LLC, doing business as Boston Public Market in Logan Airport Terminal C, as Trade in Logan Airport Terminal B, as Kelly's Roast Beef in Logan Airport Terminal B, as Sam Adams Taproom Extension and Eats located at Logan Airport Terminal B, and as Santarpio's Pizza in Logan Airport Terminal C. Holder of a 5 airport common victular 7-day all-alcoholic beverages license, has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business at all 5 locations from Saiku Boyro to Douglas Runge. Who is present on behalf of the applicant?
Good morning, Attorney Trish Farnsworth with Lawson and Whiteson, together with Doug Runge, who is on the proposed manager. Good morning, Chairwoman Joyce, Commissioners, and Attorney Green. This is a change of manager. So there are the 5 units over there operating under the local names, classic, restaurants. Saiku is no longer with the company. So Mr. Runge will take over as manager. He's been with HMS Host since 2016, has more than 10 years in the food and beverage industry. 3 of these units are in Terminal B and 2 are in C, but Mr. Runge will have, complete control over all of these, as did Saiku previously.
Thank you. Mr. Runge, I saw you on my screen. There you are. Thank you for.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Thank you for joining us today. I just have a few questions to round out the manager of record questions the board looks to get answers to. Are you a citizen?
Yes.
Do you live in Massachusetts?
Yes.
And are you familiar with the rules and regulations of this board, the ABCC, and the laws of the Commonwealth pertaining to the sale and service of alcohol?
Yes, I am.
Okay, thank you. I don't have any questions. Commissioners, do you?
No questions for me, thank you.
No questions. Thanks.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on these matters, that being items 4 through 8? Seeing none, the board will take these under advisement. Thank you.
Great, thank you for your time.
Calling item number 9, RBSBW Inc., doing business as Roach Brothers Supermarkets located at 8 Summer Street. Holder of a retail package store all alcoholic beverages license, has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business from Marvin E. Alvarez to Artur Duque. Attorney James Sperber. Attorney Sperber?
Yes, hi, good morning, folks. James Sperber on behalf of RBSBW Inc., doing business as Roach Brothers Supermarkets. We're here for our application for change of manager of record. from Marvin Alvarez to Artur Dukey.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Dukey. Thank you for joining us today. Are you a citizen?
Yes.
Thank you. Are you a resident of Massachusetts?
Yes.
Do you have experience in the food and beverage industry?
Yes.
And what is your experience?
I've been working with grocery stores for like 20 years, since I was 18 years old.
Okay, thank you. And are you familiar with the rules and regulations of this board, the ABCC, and the laws of the Commonwealth pertaining to the sale and service of alcohol?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I don't have any other questions. Commissioner Curran and Commissioner Saxon, do you?
No questions, thank you.
None for me, thanks.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item number 10, 99 Restaurants of Boston LLC, doing business as 99 Restaurant and Pub located at 29 to 31 Austin Street in Charlestown. Holder of a common victular 7-day all alcoholic beverages license has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business from Christopher Ross Nyhan to Joshua Robert Davis, who is present on behalf of the applicant.
Josh Davis.
Thank you, Mr. Davis. Great, and we can see you now too. Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us today, Mr. Davis. Are you a citizen?
I am.
Are you a resident of Massachusetts?
I am.
What is your experience in the food and beverage industry?
I've been a manager for the last 11 years. I managed a ski resort out in Colorado for a few years. I've been in Massachusetts now for 6 years. I was manager at Legal Seafoods for 4 years and 2 years at 99.
Thank you. Are you familiar with the rules and regulations of our board, the ABCC, and the laws of the Commonwealth pertaining to the sale and service of alcohol?
I am.
All right, thank you. I have no further questions. Commissioner Curran or Commissioner Saxon, do you?
No questions, thank you.
None for me, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Board will take this under advisement. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item number 11, LLH LLC, doing business as Trader Joe's located at 199 North Harvard Street in Alston, holder of a retail package store all alcoholic beverages license, has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business from Matthew Kosiak to Kushal Rao, who is present on behalf of the applicant.
I'm present here. I'm Kushal Rao.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Rao. Are you a citizen?
Yes, I am.
Are you a resident of Massachusetts?
Yes, I am.
What is your experience in the food and beverage industry?
I've worked for Trader Joe's for the last 8 years, 6 of which as a manager. Both locations I've worked at have had an all alcoholic beverages license for their entire duration.
Okay, thank you. So are you familiar with the rules and regulations of our board, the ABCC, and the laws of the Commonwealth pertaining to the sale and service of alcohol?
Yes, I am.
Thank you. Commissioner Curran or Commissioner Saxon, do you have any questions for Mr. Rao?
I do not, thank you.
None for me, thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item number 12, YMY Enterprises LLC, doing business as Indomart Liquor and Spirits located at 106 South Street. Holder of a retail package store all alcoholic beverages license has petitioned to change the DBA of the licensed business from Indomart Liquor and Spirits to Boston South Liquor and Spirits. Who is present on behalf of the applicant?
Good morning. My name is Bodhistiano. I'm the manager on record. So the reason I want to change this is just only for the DBA name from the Indomart Liquor and Spirit to be Boston South Boston South Liquor and Spirit. So everything same thing. We're not changing anything, just only the name.
Thank you very much for joining us today. I don't have any questions. Commissioners, do you?
I do not, thank you.
None for me, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Seeing none, the board will take this under advisement. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Calling item number 13, Castle Island C2H LLC, doing business as Castle Island Brewing Co. located at 10 Old Colony Ave in South Boston. holder of a farmer brewery and winery pouring license, has petitioned to pledge the license to First Citizens Bank and Trust Company. Attorney Dennis Quilty. Attorney Quilty.
Good morning, Attorney Green, Madam Chair, members of the board. Dennis Quilty, attorney representing the licensee. With me this morning, the principal of Castle Island, Adam Romanoff. We are here to request permission for a pledge of the farmer brewery and winery pouring license to First Citizens Bank and Trust Company. This is a requirement of the bank for ongoing funding for operations of the establishment licensee. Good morning. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you for joining us, Mr. Quilty. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Romanoff. At this time, I have no questions. Commissioner Curran, Commissioner Saxon?
None for me, thank you.
None for me, thanks.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item 14, Mita East Boston LLC, doing business as Mita, located at 65 Lewis Street in East Boston. Holder of a common victular 7-day all alcoholic beverages license, has petitioned to pledge the license to Lend-Lease Clippership Wharf LLC. Attorney Kristen Scanlon. Attorney Scanlon.
Morning, Madam Chair, members of the board. Kristen Scanlon representing the licensee. Application before you is for a pledge of the license, as Attorney Green indicated, to Lend-Lease Clippership Wharf LLC for purposes of a construction loan.
Thank you very much. No questions from me. Commissioner Curran, Commissioner Saxon?
None for me, thank you.
None for me, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Board will take this under advisement. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item number 15, Johnny's on the Side LLC, doing business as West End Johnny's, located at 138 Portland Street. Holder of a common victular 7-day all alcoholic beverages license, has petitioned for a change of ownership interest. Attorney Carolyn Conway. Attorney Conway.
Good morning, members of the board. Attorney Green. I have with me today Mr. John Karen, who is the managing member of Johnny's on the Side. This is a change within the LLC to introduce 6 new members, excuse me, to the LLC. The statement of, and you can see the whole transaction is set forth in the corporate vote that we have submitted in connection with the application. But in short, there were people who during COVID and onward have made great contributions to keeping this business alive and well, and is in recognition of past services, future services. Mr. Karen himself is giving up equity interest to these new individuals. So as I said, if you're looking, please look at the corporate vote for each individual are named in there, and for what they're being consulting and employment services. It's pretty simple that way. We're happy to take any questions you may have.
Thank you, Attorney, and thank you, Mr. Karen, for joining us. I don't have any questions. Commissioner Curran, Commissioner Saxon?
None for me, thank you.
No questions, thanks.
We thank the board for your time.
Thank you, Attorney. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Seeing none, the board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Calling item number 16, DA Crossing LLC, doing business as JM Curley, Bogey's Place, and the Wig Shop Lounge, located at 21 to 27 Temple Place. Holder of a common victular 7-day all alcoholic beverages license, has petitioned to amend the description of the licensed business from Plan 1, a restaurant on 2 floors, first floor consisting of 2 dining areas, 1 dining area with seating for 73, and a bar with seating for 14, and dining area 2 with seating for 31, and restrooms, basement with kitchen storage, and small dining room for 10 patrons. Plan 2, a restaurant on 2 floors, first floor consisting of 1 dining area with seating for 73, and a bar with seating for 14, another dining area for private events and restrooms, basement with kitchen storage, and small dining room for 10 patrons. 2, Plan 1, 21 to 27 Temple Place, a restaurant on 2 floors, first floor consisting of 2 dining areas, 1 dining area with seating for 73, and a bar with seating for 14, dining area 2 with seating for 31, basement with kitchen storage, small dining room with seating for 10. 11 Temple Place, first floor consisting of a dining area with seating for 34, and a bar with seating for 14, and restrooms, basement bar with seating for 21. 11 Temple Place and 21 to 27 Temple Place are connected through a back corridor and also through the basement. And Plan 2, 21 to 27 Temple Place, a restaurant on 2 floors, first floor consisting of 1 dining area with seating for 73 and a bar with seating for 14, and another dining area for private events. Basement with kitchen storage and small dining room with seating for 10. 11 Temple Place, first floor consisting of a dining area with seating for 34 and a bar with seating for 14 and restrooms. Basement bar with seating for 21. 11 Temple Place and 21 to 27 Temple Place are connected through a back corridor and also through the basement. Who is present on behalf of the applicant?
Good morning, Attorney Green, Stephen Miller, McDermott, Quilty and Miller. I have with me also the LLC manager, Babak Dina. Good morning, Chairman Joyce, Commissioner Saxon and Curran. We're here seeking an alteration and another expansion of the original J.M. Curley's on Temple Place. As the board knows, Mr. Bina and his team have been there since 2009. They expanded 3 or 4 years ago, 3 years ago, I guess, into the abutting space and opened Bogey's Steakhouse and the wig shop. So he has 3 concepts there at this point. And he had the opportunity to acquire Herrera's, which is a Mexican taco type restaurant with no license. It's separated by A, B, C, D offices. So Mr. Bina asked me if I could come up with a solution to connect the spaces so he could expand his existing license, because there is no way that expansion into that space to acquire another license would make any sense based on the numbers that licenses are selling for now. After looking at the space and having a site visit from the ABCC, we were able to, as you can see on the floor plan, get exclusive use of the rear passageway and also connect through the basements. And so the ABCC was confident that that would pass muster. So before we did that first, rather than go through this process with the community group and coming to the licensing board, we wanted to make sure that the ABCC was on board with it. Then Mr. Bina went through the community process. He's been there for a long time. He's been very active in the community. He goes back to 1980 or 82 with his first restaurant on Beacon Hill, and has owned several restaurants since then. The concept is to expand into the 2 rooms that currently are Herrera's. One is only being used as storage, and the other one is the Herrera's restaurant. His concepts are for one of the rooms to be a fast casual Korean restaurant, and which is not in the area, and the other room, which is currently storage, would be a lounge with sushi, fine dining, and would be playing records, which hi-fi records. So it'd be a hi-fi lounge. It's I guess it's a concept that is growing around the country and around the world. And Mr. Bina wants to bring that to this area. He has significant community outreach, and I believe you have support letters from Boston BID, from the the Area Neighborhood Association, amongst others. He's been very active in the community, and they're in full support of his expansion to bring more dining options to Temple Place. I think we're available for questions.
Thank you, Attorney Miller. Thank you for joining us today, Mr. Bina. We're happy to see an application like this, and as you said, to see you expand your footprint on Temple Place. in this way. It's creative and it's perfectly reasonable to do that, given the layout and the lack of licenses we have. Commissioner Curran or Commissioner Saxon, do you have any questions?
I do not, thank you.
No questions from me. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Yes, Madam Chair, members of the board, Connor Newman with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. This time, the Mayor's Office like to defer to the judgment of this board. As you heard from the applicant's representation, they've done great community outreach. We're unaware of any concerns, and we understand that the Boston downtown bid did send a letter of support. With that, we'll defer to the board at this time. Thank you.
Good morning, Madam of the Chair, members of the board, Ana Calderon from Council President Flink's office. The council would like to go on record in support. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Board will take this under advisement. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Calling item number 17, Alston Rock City LLC, doing business as Fields West, located at 87 Glenville Ave in Alston. Holder of a common victular 7-day wines and malt beverages license has petitioned to change the classification of its license to a wines, malt beverages, and liqueurs license pursuant to the authority contained in Chapter 481 of the Acts of 1994. Who is present on behalf of the applicant?
I am present. I'm Dennis. I'm the general manager.
Thank you for joining us this morning. You just briefly present the proposal to the board.
Yeah, so we have had a beer and wine license for the past excuse me, like 2.5 months that we've been open, and we would really like a cordials license to be able to offer more mixed drinks that the guests are so frequently requesting.
Sorry, I didn't realize I was on mute. Thank you, Dennis, for joining us. So adding the liqueurs, will that complement some of the food offerings you have?
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Okay. All right, thank you. And how long have you managed this location?
This location has only been open for about 3 months, but I have been working in the industry for about 10 years.
Okay. And you've noticed in the last 3 months that there's a need for liqueurs?
Yes, absolutely. It's everybody that sits down at the bar asks for a cocktail, and we only have beer and wine, so we're making do with what we got, but it'd be nice to be able to mix up some drinks for folks.
All right, thank you for joining us today. Commissioner Curran and Commissioner Saxon, do you have any questions?
I do not, thank you.
No questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Yes, good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board. Frank Mendoza here again, Alston Brighton liaison for the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. Just here to testify that the Alston Civic Association did send a letter approving the proposal to the board this morning. We're unaware of any concerns, although we did receive a letter of opposition from one abutter on Glenville Avenue. The letter, however, centered around the initial application and didn't seem to be specific to the current proposal that's in front of you. With that said, we'd like to defer to the judgment of the board. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Board will take this under advisement. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item number 18, Northeastern University, located at 96 Fenway. Holder of a club all alcoholic beverages license has petitioned to change the location of the licensed business from 96 Fenway to 815 Columbus Ave. The premise is primarily a research lab. The first and second floors include a multifunctional space for banquet events and a cap of 560 with 3,500 square feet. The 8th floor includes an indoor dining area, full kitchen, and a multifunctional space with a cap of 530 in 3,100 square feet. This includes an outdoor terrace for annual use, weather permitting, with a cap of 120 with 1,800 square feet. Who is present on behalf of the applicant?
Hi, good morning. My name is John Tobin, VP of City and Community Engagement at Northeastern. I want to thank Commissioner Joyce, Secretary Green, Commissioner Saxon and Curran, and staff. I'm joined by my colleague here in City and Community Engagement, Mike Fitzgerald, also Mike Glover from our General Counsel's office, and Chris Jennings from Choutwells, which is our food and beverage provider here on campus. So we're looking, as you indicated, Secretary Green, looking for this transfer from one building, 96 the Fenway, over to our newly reopened EXP building that has had a grand opening last week on Columbus Avenue.
Great. Thank you very much. We'll see if there are any questions regarding this proposal from the board. Chairwoman Joyce.
Thank you. So the capacity for the multifunctional space is 560 and the terrace is 120. Is that right? So I want to make sure I'm understanding this.
That's right, Chair.
Okay. And then there's another space that's 530.
Yeah, that's the first and second floors.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thanks for joining us and explaining that. Commissioner Curran or Commissioner Saxon, do you have any questions?
Will the entirety of the building be licensed or just these described spaces? Sorry.
Just these floors, just the first, second, and eighth floors, Commissioner.
Okay, thank you.
No questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Yes, Madam Chair, members of the board, Connor Newman with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. At this time, the Mayor's Office would like to defer to the judgment of this board. We had the applicant circulate a flyer to abutters within 300 feet. We're unaware of any concerns at this time. With that, we'll defer to the board. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Seeing none, the board will take this under advisement. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Calling item 19, Caribbean Wine and Spirits, doing business as Forest Hills Liquor Market, located at 3694 Washington Street in Jamaica Plain. Holder of a retail package store all alcoholic beverages license has petitioned to transfer the license from the above to JDJ Wine and Spirits Corp., doing business as Fernandez Family Liquors at the same location. Jose Fernandez, manager, closing hour 11 p.m. Attorney Jen Allen. Attorney Allen.
Thank you, Attorney Green. Good morning, Madam Chair and members of the board. Jennifer Allen on behalf of the applicant and the request to transfer the license. My client, Jose Fernandez, is also here with me, who's looking to purchase the package store. Mr. Fernandez will also be the manager of the store. He's been in the liquor industry as a package store owner for over 2 decades at multiple stores. He still owns 3 stores in Jamaica Plain and in Brockton. He's well qualified and has plenty of experience in this field. He's familiar with the rules of the ABCC and of the City of Boston Licensing Board. He has no violations under his name at any of his stores. He's tip certified, and he's also a U.S. citizen and a Massachusetts resident. He's purchasing the store from Caribbean Wine and Spirits, Inc., which is known as Forest Hills Liquor Market. We have a new long-term lease in place with the landlord contingent upon this approval and transfer. Mr. Fernandez will be keeping the same hours of operation as the current store, which is Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 11, and then Sunday, 12 to 11. Jose's been active in the community for decades now, and he looks forward to bringing new life into this store and into the neighborhood. We've reached out to various groups, including Office of Neighborhood Services, West Roxbury Courthouse Neighborhood Association, Woodlawn Tower Crime Watch, AMS, and Public Service Committee of JP Neighborhood Council, and we've found support. We're happy to answer any other questions that you guys have.
Thank you, Attorney. Thank you for joining us today, Mr. Fernandez. Your attorney did a great job explaining what's going on here and answering any questions I may have had. Do you have any questions, Commissioner Curran or Commissioner Saxon?
I do not. Thank you.
No questions from me. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Yes, Madam Chair, members of the board, Connor Newman with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. At this time, the Mayor's Office would like to defer to the judgment of this board. As you heard from the applicant's representation, they reached out to a variety of groups in the neighborhood. We're unaware of any specific concerns at this time, and we understand they also sat down with the JPNC, which voted to support. At this time, we'll defer to the board. Thank you.
Thank you, Connor. I see a hand raised from Michael Reiskind. Mr. Reiskind, you may please provide your testimony.
My name is Michael Reiskind. I live at 425 South Huntington Avenue in Jamaica Plain. I'm a member of the Jamaica Plain Neighborhood Council and chair of its Public Service Committee. We had a hearing on this neighborhood hearing on this issue on September 5th. All folks who came in support, including many business owners. Mr. Fernandez has a long time experience, 30 years in the hospitality and alcohol industry. He's a member of the Fernandez family who owns another package store about 4 or 5 blocks away on South Street in a different neighborhood. They're all been very good owners and operators of package stores. This package store has been in this location, I found out, for at least 85 years, since 1937. So there is a public need, and we feel this applicant would be a great applicant to continue this store in this location. Many of the questions were regarding the solid security grates on the front of the building in Forest Hills, and Mr. Fernandez has promised to change them, either not use them or change them to see-through grates. And we urge you to pass this transfer. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Seeing none, the board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item number 20, March Ventures, Inc., doing business as Mumbai Spice, located at 251 Massachusetts Ave. Holder of a common victualler 7-day wines and malt beverages with liqueurs license has petitioned to transfer the license from the above to 512 Molina, Inc., doing business as Mumbai Spice at the same location. Ashruti Patel, manager, closing hour 11 p.m. Secondly, has petitioned to amend the description of the premise from restaurant on first floor of building, consisting of approximately 2,680 square feet with a bar, seating area, kitchen, bathrooms, and storage, 2 means of egress, outdoor seasonal patio, seating, 10 p.m. closing. 2, restaurant located at 251 Massachusetts Avenue, located on the first floor, consisting of approximately 2,680 square feet with bar, seating area, kitchen, bathrooms, and storage, 2 means of egress, outdoor annual patio, weather permitting, seating for 12 people on private property. Patio closing hour is 10 p.m. Attorney John Moradian. Attorney Moradian.
Good morning, Attorney John Moradian, Democracy Law Offices, on behalf of the applicant. With me is Ashruti Patel, the owner and proposed manager of record. This is a transfer of the beer, wine, and cordials license, the same location. We're seeking approval of the transfer, approval of Ashruti as manager of record, and approval of the alteration of premises to have the patio now an annual patio, weather permitting. Ashruti is experienced in alcohol retail sales. She's been working at that restaurant for 4 to 5 years now, which is going to take it over. It's going to remain an Indian-based restaurant. Ashruti is a U.S. citizen, a Mass resident. She is tip certified. And like I said, she has been working there for a handful of years now and is familiar with the rules and regulations of alcohol sales. So with that, any questions the board may have with the application, I'll welcome those.
Thank you, Attorney Moradian, and thank you for joining us, Ms. Patel. At this time, I don't have any questions. I think your attorney covered them all. Commissioner Curran or Commissioner Saxon, do you?
I do not. Thank you.
No questions from me, thanks.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives? Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Seeing none, the board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item number 21, Paradis Lagardère at Boss 2022 FNB LLC, doing business as Fox and Flight, located at Logan Airport Terminal A in East Boston, has applied for an airport common victualler 7-day all alcoholic beverages license to be exercised on the above, located in Terminal A of Boston Logan Airport, consisting of 2,965 square feet of restaurant, bar, and kitchen space on 1 floor. Manager Tsuying Chen, closing time 2 a.m. Who is present on behalf of the applicant?
Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board, Attorney Green. Tyler Hensler here representing the licensee. With me today is Angelin Potts from the Corporate Licensing Division and Shirley Chen, the proposed manager of record. This is a typical airport lounge, which will serve wine and small and large plates of handcrafted food to travelers. The public need of this applicant is determined in part by Massport, as people need a place to eat and drink while they wait for their flights. Fox and Flight also fits in with the mix of restaurants in Terminal A currently. The establishment will have a medium to high price point and will not be a rowdy location. This is a post-security location, so customers are already vetted, and it will be a given that everyone has proper forms of ID, and Fox and Flight has a very strict ID policy in place. As an airport lounge, most customers are there for a short time, and ample security is nearby if needed. The character and fitness of this applicant is strong, as they are a large international operator, most notably in North America and Europe, with 3 other licensed locations in Logan Airport currently. The manager of record will be Shirley Chen. Shirley is a U.S. citizen, a Massachusetts resident. She's familiar with the rules and regulations of this board, the ABCC, and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts related to the sale and service of alcohol. And she has experience in the industry. She's worked at Vino Bolo for several years. And finally, she is currently approved by the BLB and ABCC and has no violations. With that, we thank you for your time, and we're happy to take any questions.
Thank you. How many seats will be at this location?
I would have to check the application.
Okay.
Let me see.
And while you're looking at that, maybe Ms. Chen can answer this one. Fox and Flight, is it 3 other locations in Logan at Fox and Flight, or the overall holding company has 3 other spots?
The other 3 will be the Vino Volo in Boston Logan Airport. We're part of the Paradis Lagardères.
Okay, that's what I thought. Thank you. Attorney, we can look up the number of seats. I was just curious.
Yeah, I don't have that in front of me. Shirley, do you know how many seats?
96.
Okay, thank you very much. And Attorney, thank you. You answered all of my other questions. Commissioner Curran and Commissioner Saxon, do you have any questions?
I do not. Thank you.
No questions from me. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives? Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item number 22, AA and AG Inc. doing business as the Corner Restaurant located at 156 Bunker Hill Street in Charlestown has applied for a common victualler 7-day wines and malt beverages license to be exercised on the above. Premise is a first floor 900 square feet premise with 1 entrance and 2 exits. Location has an open concept with ordering counters, kitchen, and tables, and chairs for 32 guests. Manager Angel Acosta. Closing time 12 a.m. Attorney John Carey. Attorney Carey.
Good morning, Attorney Green, and good morning to the board. With me, this is Attorney John Carey. With me is Mr. Angel Acosta, the applicant and owner. Also accompanying us is Mr. Mitch Mitchell and Mr. James J. Carroll Jr. As you had stated, this is a application for a wine and malt beverage license for the Corner Market located at 156 Bunker Hill Street. Mr. Angel Acosta has been in the community for over 20 years, offering essential convenience to a convenience market here in this very popular location here in the town. Mr. Acosta is a U.S. citizen, a citizen of Massachusetts, and also a member of the community here in Charlestown, which he lives. In addition, he has reviewed and is familiar with all the ABCC and City of Boston rules and regulations pertaining to the sale of alcoholic beverages. There's been no opposition from anybody in the community for this license. In addition, we have supported numerous signatures from people from the community that do support that to the board, along with a letter from the Elderly Housing and Development and Operations Corporation for the elderly housing located on Farron Street. With me, as I stated, is Mr. Mitch Mitchell and Mr. James J. Carroll Jr., who would also like to comment on this, not just for, but to add to what I just stated. I'd like to refer to Mr. Mitchell at this time.
Yes. Again, welcome to everyone. Good morning. Again, we're looking to expand upon the license here looking to add to the community, to bring the amenities that the residents are asking for. But again, my tenure here, I'll be assisting with the food and beverage program there to ensure that that we are creating a great environment for the citizens in the community.
Thank you. And anything further, Attorney Carey, before we move to questions from the board?
Yes, I just had Mr. Carroll making a quick comment. Thank you.
Oh, sorry, we're having a very hard time hearing you.
Okay, hold on. I'm sorry, Jimmy Carroll, 51 Evans Street, Medford. I lived around the corner for 22 years. I know Mr. Angelo Acosta. I lived on Trenton Street, 13 Trenton Street, and I just say he's the only Spanish market in the town. It's only approximately 3 on Bunker Hill Street, and he's very well respected. Great for the seniors down there at 100 Ferron Street. And, I just want to give my 2 cents, and he's a wonderful man. So if we can go on, and I thank you for letting me speak.
You have any questions for us?
So, so is it Dominican food?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, and you've been at this location, you said, Mr. Acosta, for 20 years?
The restaurant's been there for 5 years.
Okay.
He has a convenience store next to it that's been there for almost 20 years.
Okay, very helpful. And I'm sorry, so it's Dominican food, and the beer and wine would complement that menu?
Yes.
Okay. All right, thank you very much. Commissioner Curran or Commissioner Saxon, do you have any questions from the applicant or the attorney?
I do not. Thank you.
No questions for me, thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Yes, Madam Chair, members of the board, Sean Breen with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. At this time, this office is unaware of any concerns. The applicant flyered all abutters within a 300-foot radius. They also spoke with the Charleston Neighborhood Council President, who let the applicant know that they would neither support nor oppose, as is typical for these types of applications. This office has received 2 letters of support, none in opposition. And with that, we would defer our judgment to the board.
Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board. Elaine Donovan with Councilor Coletta's office. The council would like to go on record in support at this time. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
And calling item number 23, General Admission LLC, doing business as Victoria's Diner, located at 1024 Massachusetts Ave in Roxbury, has applied for a common victular 7-day all alcoholic beverages license to be exercised on the above. First floor, approximately 3,476 square feet, consisting of 2 dining rooms with seating for 142, kitchen, office, and 2 restrooms. Basement, approximately 3,419 square feet, consisting of function room with seating for 34, prep kitchen, storage rooms, office, and 2 restrooms, offering 24-hour food service. Manager Henry Mew. Closing time for alcohol sales 1 a.m. Attorney John Aida. Attorney Aida.
Thank you, Attorney Green. Good morning, Madam Chair, Commissioners Keenan, Commissioner Saxon, John Aida, McDermott, Quilty, Miller. Joining me is Henry Mew. Henry is the sole member and manager of the LLC. He's also the proposed manager of record. Just briefly by way of experience, in his adult life, he has over 20 years experience in the restaurant industry. He has been both an owner and consultant. He owned a restaurant in Providence, Rhode Island for nearly 20 years, which was received much acclaim, but closing during COVID, unfortunately. Henry grew up and was born in the United States, but actually grew up and was raised in Tokyo, where he really learned the ins and outs of the restaurant industry. He worked throughout learning with different family restaurants. So Henry's very excited to take over. This is the Victoria's Diner. Henry is tip certified. He is a United States citizen, Massachusetts resident, and he is familiar with the rules and regulations of the board. the ABCC, and the laws of the Commonwealth as it pertains to the sale and service of alcohol. Victoria's Diner, which is located at 1024 Mass Ave, has been at that location for nearly 75 years. It's an iconic restaurant. It's been part of this community for a long, long time. It's a place really where people from all walks of life have been able to enjoy grabbing a meal and a drink, whether it's local workers, first responders, police, EMTs, the residents. They've all kind of gathered here over the years and have really enjoyed this. Henry's looking to continue this success and offer full restaurant breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Attorney Green did mention this is 24-hour food service, so we're looking to keep that continuing, which has been really beneficial to the neighborhood and to a lot of the workers that have off hours as well. They've been frequenting this place for many, many years and want to keep that continuing. The alcoholic drinks themselves and beverages will be a complement to the food offerings. The focus here clearly is on the great comfort food and variety of menu offerings, both for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We want to continue the public need and meet that public need that's been there for the option for affordable food and drink. And we think it's going to continue to provide an important service to the local residents. Henry is an experienced operator. His team's experienced. All staff will be tip certified. And we have every confidence we're going to continue on the reputation and history at this location. We did reach out and meet with New Market Business Association, and we don't anticipate any concerns or issues. If you have any questions, Mr. Mew is also here if you'd like to address those.
Thank you, Attorney. Mr. Mew, thank you for joining us.
Good morning.
Good morning. Are you a citizen?
Yes, I am a citizen.
Do you live in Massachusetts?
Yes,
And how many years experience do you have in the food and beverage industry?
over 20 years.
Okay. Are you familiar with the rules and regs of this board, the ABCC and the laws of the Commonwealth pertaining to the sale and service of alcohol?
Yes, I am.
Okay, and so it'll be 24-hour food, but alcohol will stop at 1 a.m.?
That's
Correct.
correct, Madam Chair. Yeah.
And will you still be serving their lemon meringue pie? That's the most important question for me.
I'll keep that on the menu for you. For sure.
Um,
We're basically keeping the same business as the diner, and we just want to elevate some of the product a little bit. But we don't want to alienate the existing business that they built so far there. So
it's good to hear. Okay. Commissioner Curran or Commissioner Saxon, do you have any questions?
I do not. Thank you.
No questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We will turn it over to see if there are any individuals who would like to testify, beginning with elected officials or their representatives. I already see 2 hands raised. Senator Liz Miranda is with us. Senator Miranda, you have the floor.
Hi, everyone. Sorry, it's been a busy day. I just wanted to say how much I am in full support of this business. I've lived similarly to Commissioner Joyce, being able to enjoy Victoria's Diner for the 43 years of my life as a resident of that community and also an elected official that abuts that district. And I'm super excited that it will remain very similar to bringing comfort food to the community at an affordable price. And as you know, we need more establishments, and liquor is a complement to these establishments so that they can compete. South Bay looks a lot different than it did 75 years ago when Victoria's Diner came. And so for them to compete and be successful, I just want to share my support. And I've talked to some of my colleagues. Hopefully they're here to lend their support as well. I didn't hear any opposition from the community, from the business association, or the neighbors. So thanks.
Thank you, Senator. Are there any other elected officials or their representatives who would like to testify on this matter?
Yes, Madam Chair, members of the board, Connor Newman with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. At this time, the Mayor's Office like to defer to the judgment of this board. As you heard from the applicant's representation, they were in contact with the New Market Business Association. We're unaware of any concerns, and there won't be really any major operational changes from the existing business that's been operating for decades. With that, we'll defer to the board. Thank you.
Thank you, Connor. Julie, please go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. This is Julie Ryan from Councilor Frank Baker's office. Our office would like to go on record in support of this applicant. Thank you.
Good morning, Madam of the Chair, members of the board. Ana Calderon from Council President Flink's office. The councilor would like to go on record in support. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? I see a hand raised from Ben Murphy. Mr. Murphy, I'm going to ask you to unmute, and you may please provide your testimony.
Hello, my name is Ben Murphy with the New Market Business Association. As others have said, the applicant came before us and explained their plans for the location. We're very excited by the way that they promised to revitalize this very well-known historic restaurant, and we anticipate them being good members of the Business Improvement District community. So we are in full support of this application.
Thank you very much. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Seeing none, the board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Those are all the items before the board this morning. That will adjourn this morning's hearing. Thank you, everybody, and please enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.
Thank you.